Hey, what's up everybody? This is Dom, and we're here with the ICBA Season 5 Draft Analysis. I know it's still a little late, I apologize, but a little bit about me. I participated in the ICBA Seasons 2 and 3, and I finished as a finalist both times, so I think I do know a little bit about Pokemon, so hopefully I do, hopefully I do well this season, so even though I don't really feel I have that much to prove, but I just always I'm pretty competitive and I want to win all the time, so I also won the WPL final, so those are the 3 past leagues that I've completed. So I'm on a little bit of a roll right now. So let's get right into it. So the first pick I took 8th overall was Genesect. I really wanted the Ganondorf, but Genesect is still a really cool Pokemon. And access to things like extreme speed, has amazing coverage on the physical and the special side. It can set up with Autotomize. It's just a huge threat overall, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun just making different sets with this Pokemon. Next up, we do have Latios. I love Latios, and also I forgot to mention that Genesect is a Z Crystal user, and so my Latios is my second Z Crystal user. So, which I think is really good. Just having a Z Draco Meteor is just insane because you could just click Draco twice before you have to switch out. And kicking Draco once was really threatening, but now being able to do it twice with the Z Crystal is just fantastic. It's also a hazard removal, and I could also set up a Memento trying to sweep with either Genesect or other Pokemon I draft. So that's this Pokemon is going to be very useful for me, and I'm gonna enjoy using it a lot. Next up, we do have Alolan Ninetales. This is a Pokemon I've never really been able to draft because it's always been taken before me. So I took this very early, but I don't regret it because I definitely wanted to take this Pokemon. This is one Pokemon before the draft said, I'm going to try and draft this Pokemon. So I think this isn't crazy to draft it, but I'm definitely excited to use it. I think Aurora Veil is just insane. Having Snow Warning and having access to Blizzard makes up a little bit for the low special attack stat this does have. So that is a little bit of advantage that this Pokemon brings. So that's it for Alolan Ninetales. Next up, we do have Vaporeon. Vaporeon is one of my favorite Pokemon to use in the draft format because it's just so bulky and it fits a lot. It fits my playstyle really well. And there's it's just straight up bulky, and it's a Pokemon I enjoy a lot using. It's become probably my favorite evolution too. Another Pokemon I use a lot is Ditto. In a format where people are allowed to draft Ubers, why not be able to copy their Uber and sweep them? So that's my philosophy on it. I think Ditto is really good in this format in particular because of how threatening the Pokemon you can copy are. After this, I did get a ground type with my Golurk. I think Golurk is extremely underrated. I think this thing should be tier 4. It's just really powerful, and its bulk stats are good enough for it to just stick around. You would think with the design it would be bulkier, but it's actually just decently bulky. It has 2 good abilities with no guard, and Iron Fist. Iron Fist that gets all the punching moves. Shadow Punch and Stab make its best stab, making that more powerful, which is very nice. Dynamic Punch is a fun move I like to use a couple times, so hopefully I get to show off the Dynamic Punch and have it work out pretty well. And it could also sweep with Rock Polish, so I thought this is a really good tier 5 pick. Maybe a little early, but I think definitely a tier 5 pick that I don't regret drafting at all. Next up, we do have Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck is a Pokemon I really like. It does one job, and it does one job really well. It's a fantastic Pursuit Trapper. It deals with just so many big threats Dorming to Krozma in the format, which actually won Johnny GB the season 3 finals. So I just think this Pokemon just fits its niche really well, and it's definitely a Pokemon that can do a lot of things really well for my team. It's also just a fantastic special wall with an Assault Vest. So I just really strong special attacking Pokemon like Thundurus Incarnate, which is a monster. They could just switch in, not take that much damage, Pursuit Trap it, and make Stealth Rocks pretty much kill it. So that's really nice. Next up, we have one of my favorite Gen 7 Pokemon. This is Buzzwole. Sorry about that. So I think Buzzwole is definitely a favorite of mine, and it's really bulky on the physical side, and it punches really hard. you can have some substitute sets that has access to Edgequake. So I definitely think the coverage is good enough, and it's just an overall just like very fun Pokemon to use. Beast Boost is one of my favorite abilities, just mostly because of the name, even though it is basically just Moxie. But Beast Boost is really nice. So that's it for her. And it's also really bulky. You can actually run a physically defensive set too, and just wall some things. And it's not going to be passive at all because it's just naturally just insane amount of attack. Next up, we do have Aerodactyl. Mega Aerodactyl, I think, is a little underrated. This Pokemon is just really fast. I didn't have any Pokemon above the 110 speed tier, so I definitely wanted to make sure I had a Pokemon that was just really fast. And it's also another Stealth Rocker. I only had one so far, which was Golurk. And it could also defog too, so it doesn't make Latios my only hazard remover. So, you know, Edgequake is really good coverage, and Stab Stone Edge on this thing is insane. You know, it gets awesome physical coverage with its Tough Claw abilities, making Aerial Ace like a more usable move. Like coverage moves like Aqua Tail, Iron Head, Crunch, like, you know, situational moves that really shine in draft format. In standard play, it's not that good because this Tough Claws boost doesn't boost, like, you know, it's Rock Stab. Like, if it had like if Stone Edge was a physical move, this thing would be just insane. But unfortunately, it's not. But at the draft price I took it at, I think this is definitely definitely a Pokemon that I am gonna enjoy using. Next up, we do have Mesprit, another Stealth Rocker. It's definitely a Pokemon I do like using. It's a bulky second type Pokemon. It's kind of just like a budget Mew, and it has a lot of coverage in the physical and the special side, and it has a pretty decent speed tier at 80 with the Buzzwole there. So it's a nice speed tier to have like on the team, so there's not too much of a gap in my speed tiers. And it's just overall just a good utility Pokemon with like U-turn. I can have a U-turning team with Genesect and just maintaining momentum and just threatening things. It's just like, you know, it also has knockoff support, but so Alola Muck is not my only knockoff support because knockoff is just a fantastic move. In general, it's just a really good Pokemon I got late in the draft, around 10. And for my final Pokemon, I don't have a nickname for this yet, but it's Alolan Sandslash. This is a Pokemon that, you know, because I drafted Alolan Ninetales, I drafted this. It's just a way to make my Alolan Ninetales pick better, just to make it have something else for my opponent to have to prep for. Because if they don't prep for this, this could sweep them. Because like this thing is, like, you know, Ice Stab is really good, and Steel Stab, you know, beating those fairies is also pretty good. It might be a decent wall breaker, probably not, but I'm probably like solely gonna use it to sweep probably. But you know, it's not good on its own, but with Alolan Ninetales it can be pretty good. So I hope you guys look forward to my week 1 and 2 matchups coming before, actually on Monday, week 2 will be up, and sometime in the week over this weekend, week 1 will be up as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, and I'll see you guys next time.